Hello guys, how are you? This is Captain Tomar Awdhesh, and today we'll talk about how to arrange fund for your pilot training. So basically, l- let's say you are in 12th standard and now at this stage you are planning to go for a pilot training. The first of all, you have to look how much fund you have. Let's say if you have, for example, 30-40 lakh with you, then there is no problem. Bank will be able to fund you in that case. The primary thing which you have to be careful is, for pilot training, banks doesn't give you loan without mortgage. So you must prepared your whatever mortgage you may have, your own house, your father may have a house. So on that basis, you can get loan against property, though the repayment will start after your training or 2 years, whichever is first. And now the key scenario where you don't have fund at all. Let's say you have some 15 lakh or 20 lakh rupees and you then you want to even go for a pilot training. Then you have to be very, very careful. In those situations, the best thing is start as early as possible. For example, if you are in 10th standard, and you have your parents had some fund for you, let's say that fund is 20 lakh. He has a 20 lakh FD which is for you. Maybe he's planning after for higher education of yours. In that case, the first thing you do is try convincing your parents to move out that amount, that money, that even though it is 15 lakh, move out that amount from FD to any better performing asset. For example, you can go for SIP. Now if you go that 15 lakh SIP when you were at 10th standard, just ask your father, rather than FD, he can go for any good SIP which he find well. Then you are in 10th, you have time, 11th, 12th. 2 years, here you got it. Next, obviously you don't have funds, so you can't start training immediately after from 12th. Then go for graduation. Don't delay that. Go for a graduation. Do a 3-4 years proper degree. So if you are doing 3 years degree, 3 years here, from 10th to 12th, 2 years here. So total 5 years time period you got. Now during that 5-year period, whatever amount you have transferred from MD to SIP, that will be almost double. Or if you will take minimum returns of 12% or something, still it will be double. So 35 lakh rupees you have already arranged. Apart from that, you are also graduate, so you can also work somewhere. You can earn from there as well. And by earning, you can make your own profile better. So if you approach bank that time, if your profile is good, bank can also assist you with some fund. That can probably help you now going for a type rate, for your flying. Because see, the thing is, these days, you are done with 10 plus 2 at the age of 17. Then 17th, then you are doing your 4-year degree or 3-year degree. Still you will be in your 21, 22 maximum. People start their pilot training at the age of 30. So 22 is something not really bad. You can plan that way. That is one of the options. But in that, you have to have patience. Keep persisting. Do your 10 plus 2 properly. Then go for graduation. Do your degree proper. Your money which is already, which you have transferred from MD to SIP is also giving you good return. So by that will probably assist you to go for flying after completion of your degree. That is one thing. Second option, what you can plan See, pilot training, we say it is a lot of money which you invest in training. But frankly, is it that so? Look at the medical. If you go for radiology at a good place, the one seat will be very, very costly. If more, not more, it will be similar cost as the pilot training. The only difference which which there is actually is the time period. Because for pilot training, we are paying this in the span of 1 year, while in other courses, MBA from a good school or a medical, whatever you are doing, in that you pay that same amount over a period of time. So you don't feel that how much money is going at once. So what you can do is, if you don't have a fund, start as early as possible. Start your train and start thinking to start from your 10th standard. See, flying can be started in India at 10th standard. Though you won't be issued CPL license, but flying can be started. So you get your class 2 medical, start your flying. 10th, 11th, 10th to 12th, 2 years you get. Then extend it for another 2 years. And fly for yearly 50 hours. Just fly 50 hours yearly. So the total expenditure on the family would be roughly 10 lakh per year. So then 10th, 11th, 12th, then you can take admission in any graduation by correspondence. So obviously you can also doing your graduation. You are doing graduation as well as you are also flying that time. इसमें क्या होगा, आपने जो पैसे आपको 1 साल में देने थे, now you will be paying over the period of 4 to 5 years. That will be easier for family to probably afford. And yes, the problem which you will face in this, not every flying club will be ready for this. कि आप जाओगे किसी flying school में and you'll ask them कि I want to fly monthly 5 hours, 10 hours. There will be difficulty to pursue with the flying school, but it's not impossible. It's not something which is not done before or cannot be happened. I know in my people in my airline before, they were engineers, and weekly they used to fly on weekend and on PLs. Within 5 years or so, while working in the company, they completed their CPL. So that because they had a similar issue. First, they पैसे नहीं थे, so they started working with the airline as an engineer or in ground. Then off नहीं थे, so they started flying in weekends or their PLs or whenever they have off. So for that, you will have to go and pursue with the flying school who can allow this kind of setup. Not every flying school will allow that. But try, because you want to become a pilot, that's your passion. So you have to go at every avenue, whichever possible. That is another way of doing the same thing. Yes, again, after 10th plus 2, you will take another 2 years. So total you will be completing your training in 4 to 5 years. But what's wrong in it? The people who are starting after 12th, they also take 1.5 years to complete their CPL. So you are not very behind. The only thing, you started much earlier. And you, whatever amount you paid, you really paid that in very small installments. So probably that route can be exploited if you really want to become a pilot. Other thing I want to say, please don't waste your time with scholarship. There are many candidates who are really passionate for this field and are searching left, right and center for a scholarship. But the fact remains, this involves huge cost, and there are literally, if I say, no scholarship available currently, is not an overstatement. I know one airline has sponsored one of the student for their pilot training. They have marketed that for months. So this is not easy. Not everybody is prepared to give any kind of scholarship. Some of us get trapped into this. If you're coming from a SC/ST family, probably you'll get scholarship. That's not actually scholarship. It's basically flying at some discounted rate. And that is done in very, very few schools. The one I heard of is the Bihar. But then for each hour, for every hour of flying, you will have to literally beg. So I would suggest, please don't waste your time in finding those scholarships and all. There is really none. What you can do instead is try implementing these things. Start early. That will give you can start from 10. You can continue your graduation from the correspondence. And other thing also, you can start the first part which we have talked about. If you have any saving, in whatever amount it is, try convincing your parents to move it from FD to a good asset class where you have a good multiple growth of the money, whatever you have. Probably those are the only thing available. Apart from that, if you have a mortgage available, then good enough. You can just pay some money from your pocket. Other is house mortgage. Maybe your friend, your not really friend, but your relative can also mortgage for you. That anyways option. That option is available to everybody. So that's not a problem. But for this is basically for those people who doesn't have a mortgage, who doesn't have a much money or in their hand. They should plan it in this way if they really want to pursue this career. Apart from that, there's nothing much which we can do about it. Thank you so much. And if you have any concern, any other query, please reach out to us. We will be available and try to help out for any concern. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.